Officially, the Reds are gone. The Army needs to make sure they stay gone. It's my job as head of Army information to prevent the sort of civil unrest that happened last spring from happening again. I gather you're very outspoken in your nationalist leanings.
Believe in Germany, sir.
Good. There are nearly 50 political factions in this city at the moment. And I use informants to identify the more aggressive ones. Does this interest you?
Informing, sir?
One of these groups is the German Workers' Party, led by a man called Anton Drexler. They gather in the back room of the beer hall. Just an excuse to have a drink, I expect, but pay them a visit and tell me what they're planning.
But don't drink, sir.
Just listen then.
But interest equals slavery. The Berlin-centered economy, which is currently collapsing, leaves us no other choice than to declare Bavarian independence.
Two more beers. Right away.
The state of Bavaria must separate from the rest of Germany and form its own nation.
Insane.
Of course, we are a different society. We are predominantly Catholic. They are not.
We're all German.
Culturally, perhaps, there are similarities. But even then...
What about Parsifal? Lohengrin?
Young man, I'm talking about reality, not fairy tales.
We're talking about the purity of the German people, which is no fairy tale.
As I was saying, interest...
Find out who he is.
equals...
Lance Corporal Adolf Hitler.
Sir?
Sit down. So you're looking for work?
Yes, sir. I'm ready for duty.
I understand. Unfortunately, I have nothing.
Nothing.
There is no work. The war is over.
There has to be something. After all I've done, after all I've given.
There's a new political group in town, the German Workers' Party. We need to find out more about them and what their intentions are.
Yes, sir.
Try to not stand out.
The Versailles Treaty caused the economic conditions which gave rise to extremism. We find in history that when the economy is terrible, that it gives rise to all kinds of different extremist organizations.
Hitler is assigned to infiltrate the German Workers' Party, one of many anti-government organizations that have formed in the wake of the treaty. For months, he attends secret meetings held at undisclosed locations throughout the country.
They've signed away our army. The Versailles Treaty is not my treaty.
It was as if nothing had happened, as if we are forgotten.
But Hitler soon realizes they are radical nationalists, intensely loyal to the fatherland, and many of them harbor extremist views of German superiority, views that are no different from his own.
There was never really an effort to deal with all of the damage that had occurred during World War I. The failure to do that, I think, is what ultimately produced the seeds for Hitler and Nazism.
Germany as a whole is dead. It has nothing left in its heart. There are riots on the streets. There's no Germany left to fight for. Germany must break apart. It is only through this that we can survive.
No German.
Yes, there's nothing left to fight for.
There's nothing left to fight for, are the famous last words of every turncoat in the history of warfare. The weak among us turn to such excuses and abandon all pride and hope, when it is only unity that separates the victors from the defeated. Clearly you have stopped fighting. But we are still fighting Germany's great war. Our war for what we deserve. A united Germany. A strong, proud Germany. Germany is a sleeping giant. And once we rid our nation of the spineless frauds among us, and alongside the criminals of Versailles, we will once again know greatness.
Adolf Hitler leaves the German army to fully devote himself to the anti-government Workers' Party.
Now Germany is dead, and you have conspired.
His popularity and fiery rhetoric make him stand out in the group.
You have led her with your corruption.
And he's promoted to the head of propaganda.
We call ourselves the National Socialist Party!
Under Hitler's leadership, membership in the National Socialist Party quickly expands as Hitler experiences his first taste of real power.
Pride. Pride is a weapon. A sword to be used against our enemies. But don't be deceived. They are strong. Stronger than we are. And it's not the French or the English I'm talking about. Our enemies live among us. Socialists. Communists. The foreign invaders who come to our country to destroy us and take over our lives. Who among them are the
preaches against the influence of foreign invaders?
Who alone are responsible for the moral decadence that now riddles our society? The Jews! The Jews! Yes! Who call themselves German, but who are now, and who have always been, unwelcome, unwanted, and they are everywhere! Invading our government, stripping us of our savings, raping our families and our heritage. I tell you, friends, this is war. A war that is soon to turn, where the invaders will become the victims.
Where have you been? It's almost time to start. Oh, and come in the front next time where people can see you.
Our supporters will slow me down. Seems a little empty tonight.
Nonsense. The crowd is bigger than last time. Unfortunately, there are some communists out there. So, go easy on the rhetoric. A riot would only get us in the papers.
Isn't that what we want?
Universal military service shall be abolished in Germany.
Germany will pay war reparations for all damage done to Allied civilians and their property. Responsibility for the outbreak of the war rests solely on German shoulders. But a few of the demands of the Treaty of Versailles. Impossible, you say? It will break us. But don't you see that's the point? They want to break us. And who do I mean by they? I mean the Reds! These fools who spread a disease called communism to empty-headed dreamers.
Look who's talking!
The most effective medicine is a bullet! That's the best way to cure us of these idiots!
Idiots are men like you, with nothing to say!
Marx was a Jew! The Communist Party is run by Jews! It's all a plot to destroy Germany! To bastardize our blood! Infiltrate our lines! They want to wipe the Aryan race from the face of the earth! Look, we need more men like you in the party.
Oh, we hate the communists. Wherever they go, we'll go. Whether or not we'll do anything for the party is entirely up to you.
You know, I've always been a great admirer of yours. Your reputation, your war medals.
Oh, my war medal is here. I'm prouder of this than of any Iron Cross. Speaking of me, Herr Hitler, you speak of all my men. We're all soldiers here. You see, these men, together with thousands and thousands of others, served our country well. Even after they were abandoned by the army, they continued to fight to put down a communist revolution.
Yes.
Now, all of a sudden, the rich that backed us up are turning away. Why? I don't understand. But if my men can crush a revolution, they can also create one. Because they love this country as much as you or I do.
Yes.
The only little problem is they're unemployed.
Yes. We will survive. That's what they tell us. What they mean is they will survive. We surrendered in November at a time when we were perched on the edge of victory. Betrayed by the cowards and the traitors within our ranks. How do we fight them? We unite! We must join together for a greater Germany!
Clean him up a bit, he might be worth something.
He's a cartoon.
We will sacrifice. We will struggle, yes. But only then will we triumph. And we will triumph! The hero Lohengrin as our model, and the music of Wagner as our inspiration. We will hang the profiteers, crush the communists. We will disinfect our country of the Jewish vermin.
Funny. After 500 years, you'd think I'd be used to it. Ernst. Ernst.
What's going on?
Hey, Hitler. Who is this?
My new friends, what are you arguing about?
We have been approached by the German Socialist Party to join forces. Our principles are similar. We can negotiate a new platform to eliminate our differences, and together, both parties will be even stronger. Some of the others here disagree.
I see. Would you like to know what I think?
Yes, of course.
I think you're a traitor.
But Herr Hitler...
Compromise is not possible! If their members wish to quit their party and join ours, that's another thing. But our principles are our principles and cannot be changed.
Once again, Drexler, you prove my point.
This is a tedious, amateur organization. And you are a jealous fool. Which brings me to this.
Who wrote this? Don't pretend you don't know what it is. One of our own members calls me a dangerous demagogue. Are you out to destroy me? I tell you, sir, I don't need you or your party. I will form my own party.
Hitler! Hitler! Please. You're right. Of course, we will not merge if that is how you feel. There are some who question your financial ties. That is all. We are not a party of the bourgeoisie. It's bound to have an impact.
The leadership.
What?
I want you to step down. Name me as your successor.
Yes. Yes, of course.
The committee must approve unanimously, then make a public announcement.
The Leadership Committee has just made an important decision. I no longer feel qualified to lead our struggle. So it is my privilege to present you with our new leader, our new Führer, Adolf Hitler.